Most of the technologies that are needed to provide access to energy for poor communities already exist. There's no real R&D to be done for that. That kind of initiative will benefit from particularly the sort of deep crossings, things like photovoltaics and wind power, but the technologies basically exist. What is needed is investment in those technologies, and then investment in local capabilities to design and operate those technologies. In terms of CDM, the question there is partly about developing the capacity in a lot of low-income countries to be able to access CDM funding, which is designing projects that meet CDM criteria, setting up the sort of institutional infrastructure that's necessary to access that funding. Because I mean that's why places like China have really taken hold. Is they've got the infrastructure in place. They've got a lot of projects, large-scale projects, given the size of the country, that have been able to come forward. A lot of developing countries don't have those opportunities, so it's sort of repackaging the way that they look at it to some extent. Certainly the donor community and many of the governments in developing countries are looking to the private sector as being the source of this to fill the funding gap. Because there is a big difference. I mean, at the moment, it's expenditure on energy access is about $9 billion a year, according to the International Energy Agency. So there's a big way to go. But whether or not that happens or not really depends on the extent to which the donor money can leverage private sector funding, but also the extent to which the investment in energy access in developing countries can be made, if you like, commercially attractive to the private sector. If that doesn't happen, then it's unlikely that the gap will actually get filled. A lot of people are also looking to the energy expenditure that already takes place in developing countries by middle-income and low-income households, and as potentially a means to do that. But even that won't be enough to help fill the gap. So there will be a need for additional finance. And it's a big question whether that's going to come forward. As well as the private sector finance, people are also looking to climate finance to be a place where some of this funding is going to come from. And again, the question there is going to be whether or not climate finance for energy goes to energy access or to other types of energy use.